Okay, and we are live. Thank you, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be reacting to a video with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant and Paul, the NBA legend. I haven't seen the video, so this is going to be a live reaction with everyone here. And yeah, let's just get straight back to it. All right.
Yeah.
What's your situation right now?
What you mean situation?
Like,
Happy?
Yeah.
what's your situation right now?
What you mean situation?
Like,
Happy?
you got a man,
I'm dating. I'm single, but I'm dating.
single but dating,
I am
something serious
dating.
more than other.
No, just dating.
We gotta change because she's therapying us.
Yeah.
We gotta make this about her now.
You're right. You kind of therapizing us.
So I was like, I want my woman to mommy me.
Hold on, like, hold on, what's going on with you? This is about you. You done flipped the script on us. We over here.
Reverse Uno.
Man, you sure did.
But it was good. It was
No,
insightful.
but we need to find out about what's going on with her. She dating,
am
single.
dating.
What do that entail for a 42-year-old?
I am dating,
Dating but single.
enjoying my life. I have really good companions.
How many do you dating right now?
I'm not exclusively committed to anyone, but I have one guy that I have dated
she's
off and
stuttering
on
now. We
for
got
5
her.
years.
We got her.
We've dated for 5 years off and
So
on.
you was his work for 5 years? You been
Okay, so I just want to make something clear, right? You know, when females talk about dating, I don't think it's clear when people talk about dating and courting. Why is this important? Because then you understand the dynamic of the type of interaction they're having with these men. When a female says that she's dating, it means there's no intention to marriage. There's none at all. Whether it will be on his side or her side, the intention of marriage is vacant. When you are courting, you are intentionally talking to this person, interacting with this person for marriage. So when a female, especially at 42 years old, who is a known, I don't know, what is she known, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, I don't know, but they do call her Dr. Cheyenne. So she somewhat has some understanding of these different dynamics. And when you are saying that you're dating, it means there's actually no intention and you're basically just having a good time with this person. There's no actual real commitment, as she put it. She's just having intercourse with this man, and that is what it is.
his work? You still his work?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Paul.
I know what's going on now. I'm about to, no, we're gonna take this sheep clothing off.
I am the wolf teeth coming out. No, we
He
have
was somebody's work for 5 years.
we have been each other's companion for 5 years, and yeah, I have spent the block for 5 years, and it's the truth. And
Yeah.
he doesn't like it. He's absolutely correct. He feels like I haven't provided.
Oh, your work.
No one is we working together.
Okay.
We working together.
But you keeping him at bay. Or is he keeping you at
He
bay?
wants a relationship. He
And
wants
you
to be
don't.
committed.
You just like the sex.
No,
Oh.
Let's keep it 100. How you keep somebody for 5 years? That's like for real. You can't keep nobody at a distance for 5 years. I ain't never done no shit like
I
that.
am not vitamin D deficient,
No,
so
don't
everything
try to
is
show.
good in
No,
that
no,
department.
No. He
wants
has
a
kept him at bay. She
relationship.
done kept him on the side until she figured out if it's something better. I see where this is going.
He just has some.
I mean, did I just go live? I am live. It's interesting. 5 years and it hasn't gotten anywhere. And how he's approaching it is this is what you're choosing, but I don't agree with that. I don't. I don't think she's choosing this. I don't think any sane female would choose to spin the block at 42 years old. I think the options that she has, he is the best that is on her roster. If she could do better or have better options, she would. That's why she keeps spinning the block, because she's looking for better and she can't find it. So I find that she's stuck in this predicament and spinning a block for the last 5 years. She wants more and can't get it.
Emotional maturity that he had to do. We're 9 years apart. He's 9 years younger than me. And so we both had to work through things, but he's had to work on and his intense insecurities around being in a
And
relationship.
you've been waiting on it. Like what's the problem? Why y'all not together?
Just because of that, he's
So you wait on that.
No, I'm not waiting on it, and I don't have him waiting.
So the D is good.
Oh,
Let's keep it. I mean, that's it's like, dude. Let's
He
let's
put
keep it
on
100.
his red pajamas and feel like he's supposed to get spicy tonight.
This is clear.
Oh, my
I know her.
gosh.
She from Long Beach.
I'm
Don't try to
crying.
come
You
with
have
the
a problem.
the suit jacket,
Yeah,
the
man,
boots. You still and the glow.
You know what I mean?
You still from Long Beach.
I'm still-
And I'm from Inglewood. And I can see that.
I am from San Pedro, a small
Man,
community
nah,
in the
same
city of
thing.
Los Angeles,
See, I can see
okay?
through all of that.
Yes,
He is 100% correct. She does enjoy the intercourse, or she wouldn't be in that situation, or she wouldn't be spinning the block. Yes, it is because she is lacking options, but at the same time, this is as good as it's going to get for her. And she wouldn't be entertaining that whole predicament if it wasn't at least satisfying her in some type of way. So I get what he's saying. Yes, she does enjoy the intimacy and she's not going to go anywhere else because she knows that's as good as it's going to get.
he has great qualities. He does well in all that he does with me. He just
That ain't what
emotionally
I asked you.
is,
I asked you about his job and all that.
he does well in all areas.
What's
Okay, she
going on?
answered that. He
No,
does
she
well in
did.
all areas.
Emotionally,
Well, I don't know. That's a broad question. What all
Paul,
areas?
you're
What?
a man, so you answer this question.
I answered.
Emotionally, he goes back and forth from I love you, I want to be with you, I'm mad because you won't be with me, you won't commit to me. And then his insecurities get the best of him, and it's like, I want you, but I'm not sure if I deserve you, I'm not sure that I can facilitate you, I'm not sure that I can be with you. So when I say emotionally instability, it's like him wanting to be with me is concrete. That's not unstable. His emotions in the relationship.
You know what it sounds like? Welcome, real life. What it sounds like is a lot of females get turned off when a guy is simping. I'm just going to be honest. I think a lot of females get turned off when the man wants all these things, but clearly you don't. So I find even the way she talks about this guy and how she is just using him as his last resort, as her last resort, excuse me, what that tells me is she's not actually into him. She's not. When a female is only having intercourse with you for the only intercourse, sometimes that's a sign that they're not actually into you. A lot of females have had intercourse because they are bored. They don't have anything better to do. This is another way of them using their time. So she is somewhat put off by this guy who does want to take it to the next level, as she is saying. That's what she's putting it as. Is, he wants me. I don't want him. But I'm having a great time with him.
Relationship are just unstable to where as a man, you gotta get vertical within yourself before you can be in a
Dog,
relationship.
you good with these
And
words.
I am.
You good with these words.
Listen,
because
but
you
let me
giving
say
all
this.
these people advice.
Let me say
But
this,
why-
Paul.
this
He has every right to feel like what I've been doing as far as being in a relationship with him when I want to is not something that gives him stability. However, I don't want to commit to a relationship with a man who I feel emotionally is not in a place of being able to be in a healthy relationship.
So why are you messing with them? Why are you playing mental games with them?
I'm not playing
See, this is what I'm saying. That is another way of saying I am not fully emotionally invested in him. It has nothing to do with him, because if it did, she wouldn't actually be interacting with him. I just don't see that happening. It has everything to do with how she feels about him. I don't think she's really into this guy, but she is stringing him along because she doesn't want to be alone. She doesn't want to be alone. She still wants to have some type of companion, some type of intimacy. A lot of these females don't want to be alone. She deflects better than Jackie Chan. Yes, she does. A lot of females are not direct. That's the truth. They do not just answer, you know what, this is what it is. No, they need to make it into a scenario, turn it into a story, because they don't actually really want to reveal the actual truth about the whole situation. So you're gonna hear a bunch of word salad, and I agree with that, because that's what it is.
Mental
That's
games with
mental
him.
games.
It's not mental games.
Why
It's
you
all
still-
transparency.
Why is it still sex involved?
How do you know we sexing? We could just be having a
Because you from Long Beach, I know.
Oh my God.
You can't play me.
We
I'm
could
from
not be
I'm
doing
from the
the
wood.
do.
I know what's going on.
But let me say this: it is transparent. He understands. I understand. I understand what he wants. He understands why I don't want to commit at this moment with him, which is the emotional piece that him and I talk about openly. I support him in it. I hold space for him in it. We've talked about it intensively, and he understands it. And he's
Come here.
that's what,
Sit. All right, let him off the leash. Go ahead.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
Come here.
Well, you
Sit.
know what? If that's what I'm
Man,
doing, I'll say this, and people gonna be mad. And I'm okay. If I'm doing what Paul said,
Come here.
I'd much rather be the one walking you at the dog park than the one on the leash, if that's true.
That's
So
exactly.
that means, to my point, at 42, I'm not opt out.
Jackie Rod.
We are not opt out. Okay, we have options, and we are not on the leash.
But you don't have options. How could you have options if you are literally spinning the block? That doesn't even make any sense. How could you say you have options, but you're still stuck with this one person that you find is emotionally not ready? You would have found someone that is emotionally ready and fits all the needs that you are looking for at 42. I mean, come on, decades later, you're still spinning the block with this guy for some D? For some emotional D? Because you're bored? That's really what it is. She has no one on a leash, and she's not on a leash. She's just running rampage on the streets. She's like a homeless dog. She has no home to go to. She's not a lost puppy. She's an old dog that's just in the streets that nobody wants. She's got flies around her. She's smelly. And she just goes back to the same person that will give her a bit of food here and there. She's not in control. She has no control of what's actually happening. She wants to be in control. She's trying to be in control desperately. But she's not in control of the dating market. Welcome, Black Savage.
We can actually be the one holding the leash. It's all about your standards. It's all about you understanding who you are and you standing in and on your square and you doubling down on that, period. There's men out there who will show up in any capacity we want. We don't have to settle. And we don't have to settle at a certain time. We can do what we want. Because I tell you one thing I'm not doing. I ain't doing time, but I ain't spending a whole lot of time with who I want, when I want. And both of us are enjoying it, getting what we want.
Come on.
Y'all can't be just taking too long when y'all cook. Y'all gotta start making some decisions around here. Y'all gotta start making some final decisions. This is the final round of Jeopardy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so who knows?
I was just thinking that Boy Wonder, they need to make it seem like somehow they're winning. I agree with that 100% because nothing about that sounds like you're winning. Nothing about that sounds like a good thing. Get what I want when I want, but you're literally sleeping with the same person for the last 5 years and no marriage, no family. How does that even sound pleasant at all? For a woman, a female, this is probably like your worst nightmare. You're nothing but his good time, right hand. nothing more. But they have to, make it seem like they're in control. Nothing about what she's saying sounds appealing at all. So I don't know why she's making it seem like this is the best outcome when really it's actually the worst. Whenever I hear this woman, it's just getting more of the same. I'm in control rhetoric. Yep. I guess at 42, you have to feel like you're in control because you've lived all this life and still got nowhere. Trust me. This is as best as they can do.
Making some decisions around
maybe the
here.
end of this year it'll be
Let me ask you something, because this is always, and I ain't asked this yet. What percentage is sex in a relationship?
You mean based on studies or me?
No. I'm asking you, and I'm asking you.
Oh, okay.
Like, all right, what percentage of the relationship, because this is the thing, you could be with somebody like he'll die for you. He just everything. Like, you trust everything, that he'll stand in front of the bullet for you.
Yeah.
All of that. You'll trust that this man will be by your dying bed. I'm talking about like thick and thin. But the moment.
Okay, but what is gathering, he's just explaining a good man, a traditional man, all the things that majority of females find boring or will find boring. I'm gathering that's where he's going. A little bit long-winded, but it seems like he's describing this great traditional good man that a lot of females will say they want, but do they really?
He step out on that end of it, it's over.
Well, I'm a Jesus girl. The Bible says there's 2 permissible reasons for divorce. One is what you described, which is called infidelity, and the other one is unfaithfulness.
That's the same.
Look up that scripture.
Ain't that
So
the
what
same?
I'm saying is,
So what percentage is sex in a relationship then?
for me personally,
90?
For me personally, because I'm not into casual sex. So a
No,
part
you're
of
in
how
the relationship.
Yeah, I'm into it. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
because I'm not into casual sex, part of how I connect and express my love is also through the act of making love. And it's also through allowing my husband to use my body as a vessel for his satisfaction. See, a lot of women.
Basically, what she's saying is intercourse is very important. No matter how much of a good of a man he is, no matter how much of a traditional man he is, no matter how loyal and committed he is in this relationship, if the intercourse is not satisfying enough, she does not want to engage in it because when it comes to hookup culture, as she's talking about, she doesn't want to have random men. She doesn't want to engage with random men because she feels as if that is going to take away her value, right? But it's important for men in her life to be able to fulfill her needs in the bedroom because she doesn't want to have to go to the streets to get what she wants. Practically what she's saying.
Women have a problem with that. And I'm not knocking them. They
She
do.
good.
But what I'm saying is, for me, but that's a love language for me. So for me, like, right, if my husband is saying, in the morning, I just want a quickie before I go to work, I don't take it as he's getting a quickie because he's using me, he doesn't love me. I take it as, oh my God, like, I'm being used by my husband. He's using my body as a vessel to satisfy him. So for me, I'm going, I want you to want me for a quickie, for a longie, for an in-betweenie, whatever it is, because now I'm feeling needed by you, loved by you, nurtured by you, and I'm being a vessel for you, right? So my thing is, if he's coming to me all day long, and I've had to tell a client this, if he's coming to me all day long, then that should never be a defining factor whether he cheats or not. That's a character flaw. However, I'm also not putting.
This is why she's not married. This is why she is keeping this dude that she is dealing with back and forth for the last 5 years, spinning the block. This is why. Because Through the duration of her life, she has valued intercourse when it comes to a relationship. And men that actually want to get married and actually have a family, you need to understand that they seek more valuable things than just intercourse. Intercourse at some point, yes, I get it, right? Man and woman, they do what they need to do. But at some point, you need to move past that and actually look at, well, what actually makes you valuable for this marriage? How are you going to be able to teach my children? What type of mother you're going to be? It's not just about how good you make me feel. That isn't the end all and be all. And because it's so important to her, it doesn't actually allow for you to grow as a person. Anything can happen in life, anything can happen between two people. And when you are stuck on intercourse the way she is, especially as a woman, you lose a lot of, you actually don't grow. You actually don't grow as a woman anymore. The fundamental things, the values that you're supposed to have and cultivate, the older you get, you begin to neglect because you're so focused on intercourse. And men can see that. You offer nothing but coochie because that's all you have been focused on when it comes to looking for an actual committed relationship.
My husband in the position to feel like, wait a minute, I'm in a deficit because all I'm doing is trying to use my wife, who should be a vessel for me, and I don't even have access to that. So I'm an access woman. My husband accessing my body is also a love language for me. So the more that he accesses me and has his way with me, the more I'm in love and feeling loved by him. But I'm also not a fatherless girl. I've had a father in my life, not just present, but present, having conversations with me that men should be having with their daughters. When I first got engaged, he was very clear. Listen, don't deny him. If he's leaving to go somewhere, offer it up. Make sure that he knows that he has access to it. He said, unless it's abuse or something of that sort, submit. There's nothing wrong with that. And so I was told that by a man who loved me, right? Who never took advantage of me. So
This is it, right? Telling people that you were told this by a man, but you're still not married, clearly none of that advice worked. Exactly. Husband and has no husband. I don't know. The man probably set you up, or maybe you didn't comprehend what he was saying, but all that advice that you want to push out there that was told by a man is not working for you. She has already hit menopause and still has no husband. I don't understand females when they talk about what's important to them. They talk about why this is important when it's actually giving them zero results. And they will call it settling when you change things. But doesn't it get to a point where you need to realize how I've been functioning and how I've been thinking actually gets me nowhere? I would just think that's common sense.
his word is bond. And when I've been in relationships, I've been engaged twice. That's one thing that I remember my fiance saying. He was like, one thing I got to say about you, Shy, he's like, no matter what we went through or disagreed with or argued about, he's like, you never denied me sex and you never played around with trying to puppet me with that. And it wasn't, again, because I want to keep him from cheating, because you can't.
See, I'll be honest with you, I don't think that's really much of a compliment. Okay, you never deny the person that you're with intercourse, because I know that can be a huge deal. But if that's the only thing they're really saying, like, so the only thing good about you in the relationship is that you are always gonna give it up to the man that you're with. Basically, you're a freak in the sheets. That's what I like about you. That's not, when you really hear, that's not really a compliment. Not that you're a beautiful soul. I learned so much about you. You gave me fresh perspective on myself. You've actually helped me in A, B, and C. No, you don't give up you don't use the coochie against me. That's the only good thing they can really say about you. I mean, that's not a compliment in my eyes. I don't think you should even be sharing that with people, because it's common sense not to use intercourse against men. So for that to be the only good thing that a man is telling you about yourself, or even saying that, I don't know. It's just, some things don't need to be said. That's my point. Some things don't need to be said. And a man saying that, it doesn't need to be said. Because it's not even supposed to happen. So there should be more that he should be saying about you.
Control a motherfucker for doing what they gonna do no matter what you doing.
Period.
It's, I feel loved when you use me as a vessel. I feel like, you
I
know what?
love it. No, this is game. I'm here.
No, that's
this
real.
is game. I like this game you giving
I love
out.
that. And
Right?
I feel the
But
same way.
But women
Yeah.
have to also, and to the women who don't have that mindset because they've either been sexually abused or they're fatherless little girls or they have other barriers, listen, that is okay. Like, you got to work through what you have going on. It's not a comparison thing. But when you get to a space where you feel safe and you look at, again, yourself as, I'm married to this man and him accessing me is really him using me as a feeding tank. I just think that is so beautiful that we are each other's feeding tank. And so it's always a feast available for you. And I do feel like if both men and women submitted sexually and all other ways that say the feast is available for you, because commitment's what? Not what I feel, it's what I said I would do. And if I'm marrying you, by all means.
I
giving out
also
some
feel
game.
like that, like for me as a woman, if my
I mean, I don't know why females do this, you know. They like to make intercourse seem like it's some type of poetic thing. You know, in reality, I'll just be real, it's really just made to have children. Yeah, it feels good. I get that. But at the end of the day, that is just biology. That is how people are made. But when you are so stuck on it being the most important thing in the relationship, what that tells me is when you get old and he wants more, then you should allow him to do that. No, I'm just being for real. This is why it's dangerous to have intercourse as like the important factor. At some point, you're both going to grow old together. And at some point, you need to have more in that marriage to actually keep you guys together outside of intercourse. And if that is important, then at some point, he's going to get bored of you. At some point, you are going to get used to each other. And if intercourse is just as important, then really, if he feels like he's getting bored of you, then he should be able to get something new because that's the core factor of that marriage. That's what's important to him. And the only way to keep that marriage alive is if he gets because, you know, that therapist, you know, he was speaking so much facts. Intercourse when it comes to men is so different. It is so different. And a lot of females think that you're winning when you want to prioritize smacks. Excuse me, I'm using TikTok language. When you want to prioritize intercourse. But when a man prioritizes intercourse, it's different. It is completely different. Okay? If he wants to prioritize intercourse, he's going to want to experience more things outside of you. And a lot of these females don't comprehend that. If you are searching for a man that prioritizes intercourse, then guess what? That's going to be a different experience from you. He's not going to be hooked on just you. He's going to want to explore because that's what's important to him.
man doesn't want me sexually, it makes me feel like inadequate. Like, well, is there something wrong? Like, are you attracted to me? Is there someone else that you're getting it from? Like, what's going on? So I personally it's like a compliment to me that my man wants to come and have sex with me no matter what time. Like, I've never been in a relationship and denied a man of sex. Like, it's just that's not something I do. I don't use my sex as a pawn and as a weapon. And I feel like a lot of women do that. And then, like you said, it leaves room for like, okay, I'm not getting what I want from home. And again, it's not in a way to be like, I don't want you to cheat, so I'm gonna have sex with you every minute. It's in a way of, like you said, I don't want people to misuse me, but use me as much as you can because that's what I'm here for.
See, this is I just completely disagree with everything that they're saying. I'm just gonna be real because It's easy for a female to say that, but then when a man wants to, okay, so you're saying you don't want a cheater, you want him to be faithful, but you want him to prioritize intercourse. It's backwards. It's backwards. You're not gonna get everything you want. If you are looking for a man that prioritizes intercourse and wants to explore his lust, that means you're going to have to allow him to actually do that with and without you. See, this is why a lot of these divorce rates, they love to talk about infidelity, because they are chasing men that fulfills their lustful needs, not actually is going to add on to the marriage and actually be committed to the work that it takes. That's the difference.
I want you to want me,
Yeah.
and I want you equally. And I feel like if I'm in love with this man, or even if there's times where like love is not always enough, but I know that I rock with you, I know we're connected. I view sex as a form of intimacy. You're inside of me. That's the closest we can be. So when I'm intimate with you, especially because men are different with expressing emotions. So for me, it's like if you're inside of me and I'm intimate with you and you're kissing me and I can feel you inside of me, like that makes me feel so close to you, and it makes me feel so loved by you that I'm just like at my highest, you know, like I feel like I could manifest at my highest when I'm in that space with my man. I always want you to feel like you can come to me.
I'm just gonna be real. It is so sad to listen to a bunch of older, unmarried females talk about intercourse this long. Honestly. I understand, they probably talk about different things, but you would think that at some point you actually have a lot more wisdom to offer than let a man use you in the marriage when it comes to intercourse. I've heard nothing about how you can actually build that relationship, build the marriage into being strong. What type of characteristics does the man need to have to actually be the type of person that you're looking for? What type of characteristics does a woman need to have? It's all centered around intercourse. And are we surprised that they're unmarried? They actually offer nothing. No constructive advice, no constructive actual conversation that you can actually apply for marriage and being committed. But they can sit there and talk about intercourse for this long. It just shows that you're kind of out of touch. You're out of touch with what actually is working and what doesn't work.
Me. And like I said, I've been in relationships where if we stop having sex, I look up like, damn, well, what's happening? Is it someone else? Are you not attracted to me? Like, what is going on? And that's a red flag in my mind. So.
And I love what you said, because I always tell folks, if I choose you, I trust you. But if I don't trust you, why am I choosing you?
Exactly.
Okay, so that is the whole interview. It's funny because this is what I was saying before, is a lot of females don't understand that the way men prioritize intercourse and the way women prioritize intercourse is very different. And when you want to prioritize that, you're also going to have to allow the man to explore the way he wants to. But females want to prioritize intercourse, and the man has to do it the way she wants him to do it. But if a man was to say, you know what, I'm a bit tired of you because you're 40, I want to have intercourse with someone that's 32, I'm just saying younger, or even 25, it's going to be a problem. I'm saying all of these things because this is what happens when you decide to prioritize intercourse with a man. A man that prioritizes intercourse, and when you prioritize intercourse with him, you need to allow him to actually want his needs fulfilled, because that's what's important to him. And for a man, it's going to be exploring. And this is why it's not working for her. This is why it's not working for a lot of females. When you are just stuck with just, I 90% of the time intercourse is important, well then there's nothing more to actually commit to. No one's going to commit to intercourse. That's why she's spinning the block. Black Savage said, reason why they're thinking of how Pookie and Tyron treated them in the bedroom. Yep. See, how I see it is Dr. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant really, she hit the wall a long time ago. And this is what it looks like. It looks like no man committing to you, spinning a block within 5 years, and still thinking that the best thing that you have to offer in a marriage and in a relationship is intercourse. She's just really out of touch with that. I would understand if she had a husband, some type of proof that what you're saying is actually tangible. We can actually see this in your reality, but you don't even have any of that. You're just in them streets. It just tells me that you, when it comes to dating, being courted, relationships, you don't know what you're talking about and you can't get anywhere. And the type of man that she is looking to actually want to marry her don't want her. Or she wouldn't be spinning that block. She would be with the man that she wants to be with. She doesn't want to be with that man. She's just using him to fulfill her needs because that is what's important for females. But while she's in and out of that interaction, she is still looking for another man to commit to her. He's a placeholder. That's what he is. He's a placeholder. She actually can't get what she wants. And that's what I see. She's stuck exactly where she's at. And she's going to be there for a long time. So dusty. Yes, very much dusty. It does get to a point where it is pretty sad and pathetic when a 40-year-old female unmarried is literally just going back and forth with the same guy for nothing but intercourse. What it shows me, you actually don't have a life. Outside of all the success that she has, you actually don't have a life. When your actual love life, your relationship, all of that, you don't have a life. If you did, you wouldn't be doing what you are doing. Trust and believe. Okay then, guys. So that is the video today with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, V's Pierce, the NBA legend. He had an interview with her, and it was interesting to hear what her situation is and what's important to her. And he asked her some really crucial questions because he's trying to understand, why are you single and what's important to you. And that kind of lets you know the type of person that they are when you understand how much is this important to you and why are you not getting it. So it kind of reveals where she's at in her life and why it's going the way it is. But yes, I want to thank everyone for coming, and I will definitely be back on live with another subject. So stay tuned. Thank you and bye.